My name is Nadia Subrati from Prestigious Brand Media. I am an online entrepreneur. I teach digital marketing. Welcome everyone. So today I have an amazing topic that I really want to cover with you all today. And today we're going to be talking about the 6 pillars to massive success. Okay, so when you guys let me know in the comments, say hello so I can give you guys a shout out. And if you're viewing this video from YouTube, click follow me. Follow me for online marketing tips, and download your free copy of my social media marketing book in the comments. All right. And if you want to start learning, you can visit my website, www.prestigiousbrandmedia.com. Okay, so let's get started. So now we're going to be talking about the 6 pillars to massive success, right? And this is something I've learned when I first started marketing. And I implemented this every single day in order to get results in my business. And my business actually took off like 5 months after I started marketing online was when I really started making residual income, residual commissions for the work I did once, right? So this works. And when it comes to online marketing, you have to be consistent. You have to be at this every single day. You're not going to get results from the beginning. Okay, you have to give a lot of value before you even start making money online. You need to build that know, like, and trust factor with your audience. You cannot treat your online business like a hobby, because if you're treating it like a hobby, guess what? You're wasting your time. You're not going to get results, right? So let's get started. So the first pillar to massive success is vision and personal development strategy. Now, when it comes to a vision, right? You need to sit down and really think about what you want. Think about what you want to accomplish, because not every day you're going to be making money online. You have to be at this every single day, right? And if you don't have a vision and you just decide to wing it, well, you know what's going to happen? You're setting yourself up for failure. Okay? So you need to think about it. What is it you want to accomplish, right? Think about what you really want. You need to start meditating. Because here's the thing, online marketing has many ups and downs. It's not a straight line. And I can tell you that, because I've been there, right? I've been marketing 5.5 years now, full time. Okay, so this works. All right, now personal development. What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Right? What are you reading? This is so important, because when it comes to entrepreneurship, how many books are you reading a month? Guys, I read a lot of books. I'm constantly reading. I don't have cable. I turned my cable off six years ago because it was all garbage on the TV. So I started reading. And plus, I've read like over 500 books in a period of probably 10 years. Yeah, and I'm still reading a lot of books. I like to read. Knowledge is key. Okay, so you need to start reading. You need to start attending webinars. You need to start listening to podcasts. All right, so it's very important. Personal development is very, very important. You need to be at this every single day, because when it comes to entrepreneurship, you're always going to be learning. All right, and technology is constantly changing. You have to be adaptable. You have to be able to be adaptable when it comes to all these different changes, because technology is constantly changing, right? So let's talk about pillar number 2. Now, pillar number 2 is target market and personal development branding strategy. Now, target market. You need to pick a niche. Find something you like. All right, for me, yes, my niche is teaching, but I also have a medical background. So I like to teach about health, right? I teach about health, and I'm also a spiritual entrepreneur because of my near-death experience. So I teach on these 3 things, right? This is my niche, but mainly, my niche is teaching, right? Online marketing and digital marketing. Okay, so let's talk about target market. So if you are into health and wellness, okay, for example, let's say you are a dietitian, right? That's your niche. You want to create content. You want to build a target audience with people that are obese, People that are probably diabetic, heart disease. Okay, you want to teach them about diet and nutrition. Okay, guys. So for my, for entrepreneurs, right? They want to teach. Their target market is people who want to learn online marketing, or maybe people who want to learn how to create courses, or maybe people who want to learn how to create products creation, right? I do all of those things, right, guys? So a target market is very important. Here's the thing: if you're building an audience with everyone, you're building an audience with no one. Not everyone is going to want what you have to offer, right? And you're not going to get results. You're not going to get results, right? So let's talk a little bit about personal development branding strategy. Now, you are a brand whether you know it or not. And we're just not talking about branding colors. I'm not talking about a logo. Okay? I am talking about you. You are a brand whether you know it or not. And if you don't know how to start branding yourself, I recommend you start with your story. Personal branding has a lot to do with storytelling, okay? And it has a lot to do with story ads also. It has a lot to do with your products. Because here's the thing. Let's say you're promoting an MLM, maybe a weight loss product, right? You have to use the product, get results, then you have to show pictures of yourself losing the weight. You want to talk about the benefits and results. You also need to be doing videos. If you're not doing videos, sorry guys, if you're not doing videos, you're not personally branding yourself. You're not. Because here's the thing, when you start building your personal brand and you're doing videos, all right, you're letting your audience know, hey, I'm just like you. Okay, this is going to build a know, like, and trust factor. And you're giving your audience a reason to join you on your opportunity, whatever it is you're promoting, right? So personal development branding strategy and target audience is huge. So this is something you also need to focus on, right? Monetization strategy. How are you going to sell your products? Here's how you can do this. You can do a challenge, okay? And you can upsell your products. You can do a 5-day challenge and you can upsell your products at the end of the 5-day challenge, okay? This is how you can make money, okay? This is how you monetize your money. Or another thing, you can do a video challenge, or maybe you can do a lead generation challenge, right? 5 days. You teach them for free. I mean, for free. You don't charge anything, and it's not hard to do that. Teach them how to generate leads. For that, you're going to need a lead magnet. Message me for details. I write lead magnets for major companies and entrepreneurs, network marketers, affiliate marketers, and I can make you the author, right? So you're going to need a lead magnet to generate the leads, okay, to build your email list. But monetization strategy, this is how it's done. You do a challenge, okay, and you can make thousands of dollars, guys, thousands of dollars in residual income, especially if you are promoting an affiliate program, right, where they have to pay every month. So you do the work once and you get paid over and over and over and over again, right? Or you can do a mentorship program. When I host a mentorship program, I charge a one-time admission fee and I teach. And my mentorship program is not for 5 days. My mentorship program lasts for 21 days or sometimes more, because there's a lot of teaching involved. There's a lot of work involved, right? And at the end, I sell them my affiliate program. Maybe I could sell them, a system that has everything in it that they're going to need, right? So this is how you monetize your money on social media, right, guys? Now, let's talk about pillar number 4, content creation strategy. Now, this is how we attract people to us, by the content we create. If you're not creating content, you're not giving people a reason to join your business. You're not giving them a reason. You're not going to attract them to you, right? And I highly recommend start implementing attraction marketing. Here's the thing. I don't go out and spam people my link. I lead with value. I attract people to me, okay? And this is how it's done. So content, there are many different content ideas. You can use a photo of yourself. You can talk about yourself, right? You can talk about yourself. Talk about your story. People love listening to stories, right? Talk about your story. Talk about your struggle. Talk about your success. Okay? You can do video marketing. You can create a blog post, right? You can do infographics. You can do infographics. You can invite people to your webinar. You can create an infographic, right, for a webinar invite, put it on your Facebook story or your LinkedIn story or your Instagram story to invite people. But the point I'm getting at, you have to start delivering value on a consistent basis, right? Okay, so let's talk about follow-up and engagement strategy. Now, engagement strategy. This is how you build relationships with your audience. You can't assume everyone wants to buy what you have to offer and you're going to spam them your links, on Messenger, and hopefully someone is going to buy your product. It doesn't work that way, right? So the money is in the follow-up. I see a lot of people, generating the leads, right? Sending them the link to their funnel, but they're not following up with people. How you expect people to because here's the thing. People have so much things going on that they forget to sign up. You need to follow up with these people. You have to be comfortable talking to people on Messenger. You have to know about the product you're promoting. You have to be able to know how to answer these questions. And don't just send people a message, hey, and I get this all the time. And I know people are not marketing correctly. This is why only 1 to 3% of people are making money online. The masses are not making money. And I know the ones that are making money. And I know the ones that are not making money. The ones that are making money, we show up every single day. We show up every single day because we know what it takes, right? And so let's talk a little bit about engagement strategy. Now, you're going to create content, right? And here's the thing. You see, go to your Facebook homepage and comment on everyone's post so they know who you are. If you're not commenting on other people's posts, no one is going to know who you are, right? So you need to start commenting on people's posts. And then when you create content and they comment on your post, you need to respond to each one of these people's comments. Okay? Then send them a message on Messenger. Don't try to sell them anything. These are some people you're just meeting. Build that relationship. Online marketing is about relationship building. No one is going to join you if they don't know who you are. A lot of people think online marketing is easy. Online marketing is simple, but there are so many strategies and components that has to be in place before you start earning an income online. Yes, this takes work. This takes work, but you have to be at it every single day. You're not gonna make money overnight, guys. So follow up and engagement strategy. Get comfortable talking to people. Don't try to sell them anything at all. Don't try to sell them anything. Let them come to you. And then maybe after like 2 or 3 times talking to them on Messenger, then they already know who you are. Then ask them if they want to take a look at what you have to offer. And for that, you're going to need a funnel so you can generate leads. Okay, because here's the thing. People are not going to buy your product right away. It takes them at least 5 to 7 times. This is why you need an email sequence. And in an email sequence, this is where you're going to teach them something. Teach them something for 7 days related to online marketing or related to the product or something you're promoting. So you really need to know about, I'm sorry guys, my throat. You really need to know about the product you're promoting, right? Now let's talk about audience, traffic, and lead building strategy. Now, audience. Again, if you're building an audience with everyone, you're building an audience with no one. So you need to have a target audience. Your audience needs to be targeted, right? And traffic. Where are you going to get traffic? Social media, right? So you need to be building your audience every single day. And you also need to be cleaning up your audience once a month, okay? You need to constantly have new people in your audience every month. So you need to be cleaning up your audience every month, and you need to be adding new people every month. I recommend if you're brand new, start with adding 20 new people. But you need to research them and make sure these people resonate with what you do for a living, right? So if you're building your audience, all right, for example, you need to build your audience with entrepreneurs, network marketers. You can't be building your audience with normal people and thinking they're going to want what you have to offer. Okay, guys? So you need to build a target audience with people who's going to want what you have to offer, right? Traffic, social media, leverage social media. Facebook has like close to 3 billion people, 3 billion users, I think. What's the number? 2.87 billion. Allergies because spring is here. I'm sorry, guys. Right? So you could leverage social Facebook. You can leverage Instagram. You can leverage Pinterest. Only 25% of marketers are using Pinterest to build their business. Only 25%. All right, get on Pinterest. You don't like doing videos? Get on Pinterest. But you know what? I highly recommend you start doing videos because all the platform now, this is what they're focusing on. So you need to get over your fears of doing videos, right? Guys, I've done videos on TikTok. My videos going viral. Well, on the other account that got banned with 43,000 followers that took me 9 months to build, my videos were going viral, over millions of views, you know? So this is how you can get traffic, right? Get traffic, drive traffic to your products and services. You don't even need to run ads, but I recommend you do too. I recommend you start learning how to use social media, right, to drive traffic to your opportunity and your products. Now, lead generation building strategy. I have 9 email lists, but I don't use them every day. On different days, I create different type of content, offering different things, right? So you're definitely going to need a lead magnet. You're going to need and you're also going to need a 7 to 12-day email sequence. The email sequence, you're going to be setting that out on automation, okay? For each day, educating your audience. Nurturing your email list. So you're going to you're going to need a lead magnet. Number 1, to generate the leads. A lead magnet is something you're going to give for free in exchange for your prospect's email address and name. Okay, you're going to need also, and then in the lead magnet, you're going to need to set up your Facebook pixel and your Google pixel as well. Okay, so you have an idea of how many people are visiting your site, how many people are, because come on, a lead magnet, you're also going to need a funnel. All right, and a funnel is like a small website. Okay, and that's how you're going to be tracking how many people are visiting your site. I showed you guys on my Facebook story and my Instagram story, how many people are actually visiting my site, and this is all organic because I'm not running ads to generate leads. I'm doing this all organic. However, I'm running ads to my courses and to my bookstore, right? That's what I'm running ads to drive traffic to that, and then also my courses, the link is also linked to each one of my books, for each, what I'm saying? So lead, you got to focus on generating leads every single day. So yeah, back to this. I am generating anywhere from 400 to 500 leads a day. And that's without me, guys, this is without me even trying hard, because I'm creating content and I have a call to action and I'm directing people where to go. And I'm giving something for free, So I highly recommend you guys start implementing these 6 pillars to massive success. And you're going to see, you're going to start getting results. This is what I've done. This is what all the top marketers are doing. And this is why you constantly see me all over social media, and all my marketing buddies, because they're showing up every single day, So this is what it takes. So I added a link for Prestigious Brand Media. This is my bookstore. You can actually go in there and start learning. All right. So listen, if you guys need anything, send me a message. And if you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you follow my channel. And let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you're struggling with when it comes to online marketing. Or even if you are a new marketer and you're confused about what I just talked about, the 6 pillars, let me know in the comments and I will answer your questions. All right. So listen, I love you. God bless you. I wish you much success, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.